heard about nature study, but you're not sure exactly what it is or how to do it. In this video, I'll answer all your questions so that you can get started today. I'm Joy Cherick, creator of the Nature Study Hacking series, which helps families get nature study done. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video so that you can get more videos about nature study and starting nature journaling with your children. To begin, let's define our terms. What is nature study? So nature study is the study of the physical world and all things created by God. Nature study does overlap with science. However, it is not exclusively science. It is more holistic and looking at nature for what it is and really trying to keep away from analyzing, breaking apart too much. Now, we will get into how we can start to study nature and get more in depth about how it operates. And so there will be some overlap with science, as you'll see. So what does nature study include exactly? Well, I've really discovered that there are 4 different elements to doing nature study holistically. So the first one is going on nature walks. Going regularly, maybe walking around your neighborhood. Perhaps you go to a local park and look at the trees or some of the different natural things that grow in your area. Or it could be going on a hike, maybe through the woods, or if you live in a different climate, going in the natural environment and just hiking through that area. So another aspect of nature study is also reading. So you may select one item that you're going to be studying over the course of a term or a semester, or maybe you're even just picking one thing to study for a whole year. But then what you're doing is you're reading about that one thing. You may pick one expert from one book and read that for a long period of time, or you could pick smaller books and read about, again, the same subject over the course of an entire selected period of time. We also use a nature journal when we are doing nature study. So a lot of people get frustrated or maybe even stop trying to do nature study because of the nature journal. The nature journal is simply one element of nature study, and I'll get into that more in another video where I talk about doing nature journals with small children. Okay, so another element of nature study, and one that I find most people have trouble getting done, is observation, or what they also call object lessons. So this is when you take something and you study it, you learn the parts of its, the names of its parts, you look at it more closely, and you ask a ton of questions. So I'll link to another video that I've done talking about how to do a object lesson with cotton. So if all of this already sounds overwhelming to you, I have a free download that you can check out in the description, and it's 8 lessons just to get you started doing nature study at home, really simplified. So check that out in the description. So why do we need nature study anyway? And what's the big deal? So in our modern world, we really don't have to encounter or interact with nature the way people have over the course of human history. We have amazing agriculture that allows other people to make our food and raise animals for us to eat, or we also have these amazing phones that allow us to navigate or to learn about the weather. So we're really not using nature the way that people throughout time have used it. So one of the reasons, and something that is so important about doing nature study, is that we can just kind of remember our humanity and pay attention to all of the common wonderful things around us, such as the seasons and how they change. That's nature study. Or the moon and its phases, just paying attention to where it is. That's also nature study. Or learning about the night sky and where the different stars are and how people throughout time have used the stars to navigate. This is also nature study. So you might be wondering, well, but do I really need this? Do me and my children really need to be doing nature study on a regular basis? So what I'll say to that is, we're just training our eye to pay attention to the beauty and the wonderful things that are around us. So yes, we do need nature study because, again, we're so distracted by our phones and technology or just our own preferences that we're really helping. When we do nature study, it helps us take the focus off of ourselves and move it out to the brighter world where we can start discovering things about God, our Creator, and how He made so many things that have similarities, which is where we get the classification system that those things are already like when we classify them, but it's really fun as you start to understand and discover what God did when He created maybe the marshmallow or perhaps cotton, which are in the same flower family. So what is nature study? Well, nature study is spontaneous, but it's also planned. It is something that we do intentionally, but then as we have that study, we start to find that nature finds us. It's also a wonderful opportunity to learn with our family where we're on the same level with our children in wonder and knowledge, because there are so many things that we do not know. And often I'll find that my children, they know more about the thing that we're studying because perhaps they've read about it or they've just paid more attention than I have and when we have been learning. So nature study allows us to be co-learners with our children, and I love that about it. Another thing that's important, and I'll give you a utilitarian reason for why nature study can really enhance our lives, is the use of nature study in literature, dance, arts, just about any metaphor tends to use nature. And if we're reading the Bible and Jesus says, I am the vine and you are the branches, but we're not really sure what a vine is, wouldn't it be better if we had a deeper understanding or just a more intimate relationship with a vine so that we might understand that a little bit better, right? I think so. I'd love to help you get started doing nature study today with your family. I have 8 free lessons on flowers that can get you started right away. It has a combination of observation with some nature journal entry prompts. So then there's a nice balance between doing the reading and observation and also using your nature journal. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll do more videos about nature study next time.